We're on. Hello? Hello. Hello, I'm Drake Macabre. This is Cold Calls. If you've ever experienced the paranormal, we'd like to hear from you. You can have our next caller calling in. You're on with Drake. What's your name?
My name is Chris, and I'm from Texas.
Sure. Another caller from the Lone Star State. Chris, get to the chills.
2-3 years ago, I was finishing up, I was starting college in Maine, trying to get away for a little bit. One night, I decided to kind of go walk through the woods on campus, and I started hearing something kind of like rustling branches, but, there was no wind, so it was kind of like something was just going from branch to branch.
It was above you.
I looked, yeah.
Keep going. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure.
I looked up and I actually saw these like glowing red eyes kind of staring down at me, and it was just following me.
Had you ever been in the woods? Had you been in that woods before?
About twice before.
Okay, and this is obviously a supernatural experience. This was something that was different. It wasn't an animal that you'd seen before. There was no noise associated with it. There were red eyes beaming down at you from above, and you're trying to contemplate that.
Right. It was about a good 30 seconds that we were kind of locked up, and then it just kind of jumped and flew off. And the way it was shaped, when it left was kind of resembling of the Mothman.
Sure. Were you by yourself?
And at that time I was, and then I went another night or two later with one of my friends from the college. And we started talking about it, and we started going in the woods together. Because about a night before my incident, he ended up seeing the same thing.
Thank you very much, Chris. We'll go on to the next caller here. We've got a bunch of people calling in. Again, this is Cold Calls. I am Drake Macabre on graveyard shift. I'd love to take as much time as I could to talk with all of you guys, but again, we're limited somewhat on time. So I believe we have another caller coming in. Hi, you're on with Drake. This is Cold Calls.
Hi, this is Rick from California.
Hey, Rick. What's going on? How are you?
Basically, what happened was not too long ago, I had invited my brother who's in the military. You know how things. I said, hey, my house is haunted, At night, I hear some, girl screaming, and it's, outside, and it wakes me up. It's so loud. So it's not like it's, I actually went outside to check somebody was okay, because it sounded like someone was getting killed. Nobody was there, so I came back, and I ignored it as it kept screaming. I was just like, I don't know what it is. So sure enough, I invited him over because he does not believe in anything like that, And he was like, "No, maybe somebody's playing a prank on you. No, it's not real."
Is this you're in rural California? You're in rural California. This isn't the city. There's not a lot of people around you. This is obviously an atypical event. Is that safe to say?
Well, no, this was. There were neighbors around.
Okay.
No, this was like in this area, so there were neighbors around.
Okay.
But at night, nobody was out when I went to go check.
All right.
So, yeah. And so when he came over that weekend, I said, "Hey, let's hang out, whatever." So he came over, and as he was coming over, he's like, "Yeah, hey, I'm 5 minutes away. I'm almost there." It literally started screaming again.
The voice started. The voice started screaming. You heard the voice screaming again.
Yeah. It sounds like someone's killing a girl. Like it's just like she's screaming, "Help! Help! Help me! Help me!" Ah! That's all it says over and over. But I guess it's blood curdling sound. Like someone's actually her lungs are filling up with blood. Like, it just sounds weird. It doesn't sound normal. I've never heard that before. So I went outside. I'm looking around. Nobody's there. And I see, in the backyard, I see little kids playing outside, just hanging out. But luckily, there were no parents. So, the sound of the voice was not of a child. So you could tell, okay, that can't be them. And they're just happy,
Get to the chills for me. It's blood curdling screams. What did you find out that it was? Is it a supernatural activity, or what was the chills? What did
it was. So, when my brother came, I said, "You just missed it." He was like, "No, if this were true, it would happen again." He wasn't even done talking when we heard it again. So we go outside, and now it's screaming in our faces, and nobody's screaming. So he got so scared, he ended up leaving. So I found out by research it was a succubus. So I had a pastor come over. He helped pray for me and stuff. I started coughing. And I honestly thought that was cheesy in the scary movies when they're praying for someone, they start coughing.
You had never believed. You never believed up until this moment.
Yeah, no. So I started coughing and everything. After that, it just never happened again. So that was just kind of weird.
Well, I thank you for your cold call. That's what was your name again?
Rick.
Rick from California with this story of blood-curdling screams, enough to scare his brother in the military away. Thank you very much for your call. Again, my name is Drake. We are taking your calls live here in Graveyard Shift. If you've ever had a run-in with the supernatural, if you have a conspiracy that you believe needs to be unearthed, if you have any type of scary story, we're here to listen here on the Graveyard Shift. Again, my name is Drake Macabre. We have some calls coming in. I've got Gary. He's helping me out here today in the studio, I believe. Gary, how are we looking? I think we've got another caller coming in. We've got one coming in cold. Hi, you're on with Drake. Can you hear me?
Hey Drake, how you doing?
Hey, how are you? Who's this?
My name is Angel, and I'm from Orland Park. So my crazy experience, which like till this day, even like telling the story right now, like gives me goosebumps. So my little sister at the time, when she was 5 years old, her mom asked me and my girlfriend at the time to like babysit her, which they live in an apartment on the 3rd floor.
Sure.
And we were like, yeah, I was like, yeah, of course, I'll watch my little sister. So my little sister wanted to play hide and seek. Now, mind you, this apartment wasn't that big, but it was big enough where, like, somebody can hide here and there. And, well, I decided to hide in the bathroom. Now, when you walk into the bathroom and you take a right, there's, like, a little wall, and then you can get into the bathtub, and it's, like, has the sliding glass doors. Well, we turned off all the lights and everything, and I'm hiding in there, and it was crazy because I got this chill just coming up my spine during the time. And, as that happened, I heard, like, a breathing, and then I started feeling it, like, on the back of my neck. So I slowly started turning to the right, and I seen, like, this white shadow figure of an old lady.
Is this day or night? Is this
so
day or
scared.
you're playing hide and seek during the day? Is it the night? You're in a small area.
This is during the midnight.
Okay.
Like around, like, probably, like, 7 o'clock, so it was dark at the time, because it was, like,
Okay.
1 hour behind and
Gotcha.
whatever. So I got so scared that I literally broke through the glass door, like of the sliding bathtub thing. Crazy thing is, now my little sister, when my girlfriend at the time and my little sister like came out from when they were looking for me, they were like, "What's going on? What's going on?" I'm like, "Holy cow! I kid you not, I just seen a ghost."
And
My
this was
little
after
sister
you had just
started
you'd run through a glass door because of this phenomenon that you believe you had just seen.
Yeah, because like I heard the breathing and I felt it on the back of my neck, and when I turned around, I seen the white shadowy figure.
Can you describe it? So
when I'm telling
visually white, shadowy, because a lot of our viewers they've described instances like this, albeit not with the glass door. But so white, shadowy.
Well,
is there a smell?
Literally like a white shadowy face figure, like to the right of my shoulder. She had wrinkly skin, curly white hair. She was an elderly lady.
Did you know her?
So,
Was
like,
it familiar?
No, I didn't know her. But here's the crazy part: when I broke through the glass and everything, my girlfriend at the time, my little sister, like, "What's going on? What's going on?" I'm like, "Man, I kid you not, I just seen like a ghost figure, an elderly lady." And my little sister at the time, mine is 5 years old. She's laughing, and I'm like, "What's so funny?"
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, that's my mommy's friend," and I'm like, "What?" Finally, her mom at the time, like her mom comes home, and I tell her name is Bonnie. I'm like, "Listen, Bonnie, I broke the glass through the sliding bathtub. I'm like, I'll pay for it and everything." I'm like, "Tell me why I seen this shadowy ghost figure, like this white shadowy ghost figure." She starts laughing, and she's like, "Yeah, that's my friend Root." I'm like, "What do you mean your friend Root?" I'm like, wait, so like you like accepted this? And she did. And then another crazy thing is, I guess in that apartment, like elderly, like a couple people have died.
So I gotta cut you off on this one because I got some calls coming in cold. But you're saying that they were embracing and hosting the ghost.
Yes, they totally embraced it. Like they still live there to this day.
And they had a name
Bonnie
for
will
it.
tell me till this day like that she talks to that lady.
Hi, I'm Kyle from California.
Hey, Kyle. So far we've had California and Texas. It looks like those are pretty concentrated areas, huh?
Yeah, it seems that way.
What's your cold call?
The house I grew up in, I lived there for about 12, 13 years, and my family doesn't acknowledge anything ever happened. I don't think apparently it only stuff happened to me, but like the two ones that happened the most common were I had guitars hanging from my wall because I'm a musician, and I used to be sitting in my bed, and I was a kid, and all of a sudden, like someone ran their fingers across the strings, and you look over, and the strings are vibrating.
Wind.
That would happen.
With wind, right?
This would be day. Not like that. Not in an
No.
enclosed room.
Okay.
But like it was forceful. Like it was not like a little tiny string. Like it was like someone slapped those strings. It was loud.
Okay.
That would happen all the time. Whether it be on the guitar be on my wall or on a stand on the floor, didn't matter. It would always happen. Things always moved in my room. I had a shadow frame from a drumstick signed by a famous drummer that I like, and it was above my bed. And I was getting my guitar ready to start practice, and all of a sudden I heard a thump, and that shadow frame was now up against my dresser on the floor.
It sounds like the spirits were attracted to the musical accompaniment or the instruments or items, as it were, in the environment. Could you ever explain that? Is there a depth behind that? Do you know anything about the rooms or the history of the house you're in?
No, nothing about the history of the house. The next door neighbors lived there for years. They never knew of anything happening weird in the house. And like I said, my whole family are musicians. We've all done music our whole lives, and this stuff only happened to me. There'd be shadow figures walk by my bedroom door, whether it be daytime, nighttime. I would look out my door and see like a shadow person walk by constantly. Things would get moved. I would be in my room, and I could like see something moving, like rocking out of the corner of my eye. When I look over, just fall off a shelf, even though it was far away from the edge of the shelf. Things like that happen daily the entire time I lived in that house.
I've got another call coming in cold. Who's this?
This is Kayla.
Hey, Kayla, how are you? It sounds like you got a little bit of a cough. You all right?
Uh-huh.
All right, what's your cold call?
We've moved around a lot because the paranormal kept. Anyway, we just moved around a lot. We've had a lot of weird stuff going on in our houses and stuff. So we moved around a lot, and I finally got a psychic involved because it got really bad to where, like, you would, like, try to wake up out of a sleep, or you'd wake up in the morning and go to get up, and you couldn't move. You would be, like, paralyzed. Stuff would come flying off the wall. I even got choked one night in my sleep, woke up coughing up water and stuff. So I got a psychic involved, and she came over here, and she said there's definitely stuff here, but the property wasn't haunted. The one that was haunted was I was haunted. Something had attached itself to me.
So no matter where you went, you believe you had a haunted spirit following you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she come over here, and she did a walk through my house, and that's when she told me that, and she said, I can help you with the entities, the spirits and stuff. She said, but I cannot help you with the extraterrestrials that visit you.
So you had spirits and extraterrestrials is what this psychic was saying?
Yeah.
All right. So where are you?
But, I mean, she did.
But you said,
Huh?
what did she do? Did you say she helped with the spirits?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we still have issues and problems, but not how we were having them.
Okay.
So I don't know what she did, but I have to burn sage every month.
Sure.
And I have to say a prayer every night, a certain prayer before I go to sleep. I have to walk through the house and say it.
Kayla, I don't have a lot of time here, which is tough, I know, but the extraterrestrials, that was a separate incident?
Well, I didn't know anything about that. I would just tell her about my nightmares, and when she did the walkthrough, she told me that we also had that going on. That she could help me with the spirits, but she couldn't help me with that.
But what was the evidence of the extraterrestrials in her eyes that were different than the spirits that she said that she could help you with? What were the signs of the extraterrestrials?
She said that we got abducted in our sleep.
All right, and what came of that?
I don't know.
You got abducted in your sleep, but you were still there.
Huh?
You got abducted in your sleep, but you were still there. It sounds like the main thing that you were worried about were the spirits, not the abduction.
Yeah, not the abduction, but I mean, we all encountered that. We all wake up with strange dreams, and we'll wake up with like pinhole marks on us and a scar that wasn't there, and crazy.
Well, Kayla, I thank you for your cold call. I got another one coming. I'm sorry I got to run, but I appreciate you sharing your story. That was Kayla sharing her story. Gary, how much more time do we have? You got me. Do we have a couple more callers coming in? I got a couple more. All right. So again, this is Drake with Cold Calls. We've got another one coming in here. Cold. Hi, you're on with Drake. This is Cold Calls.
Hi.
Hello. Who's this?
I'm Rebecca from Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
Okay, Kentuck. Sure, I know it well.
Alright, so here's my story. I experienced this during the solar eclipse on the 21st. I was getting my 9-month-old son to sleep, and he was fussing, so I went into the kitchen to make a bottle. He's in his room on his own. I hear somebody explicitly say, "It's okay, baby, it's okay." I stopped everything that I was doing. I run in, and he is by himself.
All right.
And
So
I can't figure out where the voice was coming from.
your child is by itself. This was on the solar eclipse, which again was a couple of weeks ago. This was while it was happening or on the day of?
It's like the night of the evening that it happened.
Sure. And then you heard the voice, and you went into the room, and you saw nothing?
Nothing was there.
Is this the
Nobody.
Is this the first time you've
At
really
all.
experienced something like this, or?
No, I have a history of seeing and feeling things. I managed to get tripped once. It was not a pleasant experience. The little girl did that, and I told her that she's not allowed to play in my living room anymore, and she's not happy about that.
Well, that's interesting. I got a couple more callers, but I appreciate your phone call. That's the first call we've had so far that dealt with the solar eclipse, which is a very interesting phenomenon that happened just a couple of weeks ago. I think I've got time for 2 more callers here before we run out of gas, as they say. Gary, let's go ahead and bring in one more here if we can. Hi, you're coming in cold. This is Drake.
Hi, Drake. This is Dora from Texas.
Hey, Dora, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm just calling to share one weird story that happened to me in Texas in Corpus Christi.
Sure.
Me and my family had rented a condo in Mustang Island in Corpus Christi, and it started off as a dream. And in my dream, I was walking to the living room, and I saw one of my daughters watching TV. And I asked her, "Where is your father and your other 2 sisters?" She said, "They're still in the pool." So as I was walking outside, it was kind of foggy, and I went outside and I asked my husband, "Well, aren't you going to bring the girls in? Go give us 5 more minutes." And it was going to be, I thought it was going to be bad weather, so I walked in. But as I was about to walk in, I woke up. And when I woke up, it was weird because I started walking to the living room. My daughter was watching TV, and I asked her, "Where's your dad and sisters?" She goes, "They're in the swimming pool." And this was like super weird. So I they were in the same spot, and I asked her, "Well, are you going to come in?" And he said, "Give us 5 more minutes." I said, "No, just bring them in right now." So as I put him in the shower in the tub, dried him off, my husband was already in bed. And as soon as I sat in the bed, like something pushed me back. And my husband and I could feel a presence like floating on top of us. It was super scary. It was like we couldn't move, but something kept telling me in my ear. I don't know what it was. It told me, "Just close your eyes. Close your eyes and it's going to be all right."
Was there anything visual? Was it visual or was it auditory?
It was not visual because as soon as it started to happen, something told me to close my eyes. So I closed and it was an audible. I could hear it. My husband heard it. So we both closed our eyes. We hold our hands, and we started praying. And this got so intense, like it was right on top of us. So all we did was run out of the room. We all ended up sleeping on the sofa outside. And I started praying Psalm 91, and I kept saying, "Please, I want to see what it was." And I was turning towards the room, and there was this woman dressed in white, but her face and part of her body was all burned. And I just kept saying, "God, I don't want to see this anymore." But that has stuck with me and my husband till right now, and that was 10 years ago.
Gary, if we can go ahead and send in the last phone call, I think we'll take care of it. One more here. Hi, you're on with Drake. This is Cold Calls.
Hi there. My name is Nicole, and I'm from Reno, Nevada.
Sure.
And so basically, I moved into this apartment. I was about 20 years old, and nobody, as far as I knew, had a key to my apartment. And I would come home after work, and all my doors would be open, my cabinet doors, my drawers, my closet doors. Nothing would be taken, and I had some valuables there. So I don't know. I just played it off because I never believed in the paranormal or anything. So I had a girlfriend move in, and things got a little weirder. We started hearing noises at night. We couldn't quite pin on, what it was. I had a dog, but he would start growling at what I didn't know. So then it got a little weirder. We would go to bed at night, and this happened frequently. We would go to bed at night, and I would always put my phone on top of my dresser. There's just nothing around, no cords, no wires. my phone would fly across the room and hit the wall on the opposite end of the room and break into pieces every single night. Wow.
Your phone was flying to the other side of the room and breaking, though. What did you do?
Yeah, you know, so
Yeah.
I was really skeptical. You know, I just thought, oh, my friend's playing a joke on me, whatever. You know, well, you know, she started getting really freaked out, and I had another girlfriend move in, and then my friend recorded me one night. I would get up in the middle of the night. I had never done this before. I would sleepwalk every single night.
Yeah.
Now, I was starting to sleepwalk. And I would go into the hallway in both my friends' rooms, and I would just stand in their doorway. And my friends would try to wake me up. And they would shake me and say, Nikki, wake up, you know, and I wouldn't wake up. And I don't remember any of this, you know. So I would walk back and forth in between the halls and then go back to my room. And I would just go to sleep, and then a couple of nights my friend would tell me that she woke up with like me over her body, like in bed while she was sleeping.
You were standing over.
Several times.
Yeah.
Yeah, my neighbors downstairs, they were moving out in a real big rush, and they left everything that they owned. And they told us, you know, we're leaving. We can't live here anymore. They didn't tell us why. And they had a neighbor that lived with them that was performing demonic rituals, I guess. She was sacrificing animals in their apartment.
There it is.
So yeah, and like a dummy, I had taken like a knife, not knowing, not thinking it was like a statue like knife, you know, and it had some residue on the blade, and I wasn't thinking, and I kept it, and I ended up getting rid of it. So
Well,
yeah, I'm pretty sure that had everything to do with what was going on.
Well, thank you very much, Nikki. What a way to end our cold calls here. Again, thank you for your call. Thank you, everybody, for your cold calls again. This is Cold Calls on Graveyard Shift. My name is Drake Macabre. We hope to catch you on the next episode. Take care, everyone.